Hello, everybody. Welcome. It is the Week 12 Fantasy Recap Show. Your Shepard is here. Your Commissioner Rhino is
Good
right
evening.
there. Good evening to you, Commissioner Rhino. How was your Sunday fun day?
Good. Good. Some surprises today. Some
Um, yeah, absolutely. There's definitely surprises. There's look, we were on top of a lot of things, right? We were on top of the fact of the obvious.
yeah.
We had to navigate through the buys. Okay, that's fine. But here's one other take that we're kind of scratching the surface on. We kind of spoke about it with a game here or a game there. It's not really something that we really pound on too much, but it's something that again it's worth just reminding the viewers, the audience, the goats. They were a ton of divisional games.
A
Right?
ton.
There were a ton of divisional games this week. It started on Thursday. You have a Pittsburgh Steelers team, and then you had a Cleveland Browns team. Both opposite records, right?
Yeah.
Look at what took place
Yep.
today. Okay, so with the exception of a couple, because yes, there was a Miami rout against the Patriots. So
Big. And who showed up too?
for
Waddle.
which,
Waddle showed up today.
well, okay, all right, right. So this is yes, he did.
We had a
And
sighting.
we did have a sighting from the Penguin, and we did double down on the Penguin.
Yeah.
But from a football standpoint, that will kind of connect to fantasy, obviously, right?
Yeah.
From a pure football standpoint, you have these divisional teams. You have the Vikings that are what they were 7-3 going into this
Yeah.
game. No,
Yeah. 7-3, 7-3. They lost to the Rams.
going into the game.
Yeah, going in the game. Yeah.
Okay, all right. That we could be plus or minus a game there.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, you have the Vikings playing the Bears again. Vikings winning record, Bears losing record. The Bears almost took the Vikings out.
Yes, they did.
3-point game. Look at the Titans versus the Texans. It's not like the Texans were like a winning juggernaut this season. They came in, I believe, at 7-4.
Yeah.
Look at the Titans losing record. Titans beat them. My point being, Commissioner, when you get two teams that are playing each other, especially this time of year, a lot of these
Hmm.
teams are probably. I'm not. Again, I didn't like do the deep dive into the schedule. I'm sure a handful of these teams are playing now for the second time, where some of them are actually playing for the first time.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, I don't really think it matters that much when you play within the division. It's a tougher game.
A lot tougher because they know each other.
It's a tougher game.
Yeah.
Yeah, they get up for it. They get up for it.
Yeah.
Also, well, the Cowboys didn't go and lay down to the Commanders. They could
No,
have.
they didn't. What?
They very well could have mailed it in. You know what? This team is playing better than us. We're down our quarterback, so on and so forth. They didn't lay down for the Commanders, knowing that they have to play on Thursday.
Hmm.
And you've got, and again, you have a situation like the Titans and the Texans. Oh, they would love to beat the Texans. Absolutely love it. And then you have a situation like, okay, the Broncos and the Raiders. Now, this is the second time that these two teams are playing,
Yeah.
and
Raiders actually played decently. I was surprised.
they did for three quarters.
Yeah.
And if the game is still on or not, I don't think the game
No,
is still
it's
on.
over.
But they did for three quarters. Amir Abdullah, yep, he got in. He was the first Raider to score. Oh, whoop-de-doo. We had very little. You know, I speaking of X, we were talking about X behind the scenes. But speaking of X, there's a lengthy thread that's going on that involves Amir Abdullah, and it involves a handful of of us that are connected to one another, and whether to start him or whether you're picking him up to block him and so on and so forth. And it wound up happening where, like, okay, like, I think the guy, he did pick him up, but he didn't start him. He was picking him up to block him. And then somebody else chimes in who we know is like, yeah, but it's a good pickup. It's a good play. It's a pure volume play. All right. Well, number one, if you have to, if you were picking up Amir Abdullah today, your team was probably not in the best of shape. So if you were picking him up, but based on record, based on buy, your team probably, based on injury, whatever the case may be, your team probably wasn't in good shape to begin with. And if you were playing him and starting him, fine. It did wind up coming through. But the volume, I don't really like the argument of volume here either. So what? I mean, like, okay, we saw Dylan Lobb still got work. Some other dude who I have no idea who this is.
He came off the practice squad. He got more work than Lobb did.
So a matter of volume, this team, I mean, what good is this volume? You know what I mean? Like, that's the point I'm trying to get at. Like, it's not like Christian McCaffrey volume, and we'll get to Christian McCaffrey also. It's not like that type of volume. It's really not. It's not like volume that you see several other players get that okay, like, eventually the volume will lead to to potential upside, to potential opportunity to what? To score. Opportunity. That's what we're looking for when we're looking at volume. It's really, we're looking at opportunity. In any event, So okay, Amir Abdullah, especially if you're in PPR, he caught one out of the backfield. He scored. He probably got you, I want to say 14 or so PPR points. Congrats. All right, good. All right. Did you win your week with Amir Abdullah? If you did, great. But then, again, I'm going to circle right back to team's probably not in good shape.
No. I actually had played Dylan Lobb in two of the leagues.
All right, and also, okay, and honestly speaking,
I had to, I didn't want to.
Honestly speaking, to the GOATs, because we are fully transparent, are those teams in good shape? Without giving me a record.
No, one is in good shape and the other one isn't. But the one that was in good shape, it was missing a lot of people, a lot. So I was throwing darts.
They're dart throws, or you're always going to get the manager that relishes the spoiler role as well.
Yeah,
and I get that. I get that part. There is an element to this game that does call for that role to be had. Try to knock a team out of the playoffs or just wreak havoc amongst those that look like they're on cruise control. The spoiler role has been in existence since I've been playing. So it's not like there's anything new. So people do, if that gets those juices still flowing throughout this latter part of the season, then I get that part as well. Sniper. Well, I have a few things I'd like to say to both. I mean, look, I have an address for you where you file your grievances. Okay, Sniper, Sniper Mel has done fantastically. She's got 6 tight ends on a very deep roster, and we're tasked. We've been tasked to try to start the best ones. They're like, you want to talk about dart throws, the tight end position. Now again, in that league, in that format, you're getting extra premium for the tight end. Look, Jatavian Sanders had a good game until he got hurt, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm not sure if she started him or not. I was sitting Tucker Kraft. I was sitting Tucker Kraft because of, again, this wouldn't be necessarily considered a shadow because most linebackers take the tight end. So it doesn't really matter which linebacker it is. If the tight end is running out, that's why the tight end poses kind of like a mismatch. I was banking on a Fred Warner effect. So Tucker Kraft, he had he scored, but it wasn't that great of a game.
No, that was it.
What were you going to play Noah Gray again? Chasing Noah Gray? Well, that worked. But I don't think she started Noah Gray. Look, I mean, like, part of me is sorry but not sorry. How about that?
Yeah.
Sorry but not sorry. Because A, you've had a fantastic season. B, look at what we're talking about. We're juggling tight ends. We're not just juggling tight end 5, tight end 7, and tight end 9. We're juggling tight end 13, tight end 12.
Yep.
The Packers did win. They didn't just win. They routed. Yep. They routed. Should have played all my tight ends.
Josh Jacobs had a day. Josh Jacobs had a day today.
The hat trick. Quincy, go ahead. We do.
Well, Jordan Mason's waiver. I'm in first place. Would drop Algier for Jordan Mason. And no, I'm not the Bijan owner.
So I had to drop Tyler Algier very early this morning.
I saw that.
I had to. Now you did that again. In most leagues, Tyler Algier winds up now having to sit on waivers until now I may have the opportunity to reclaim him, as opposed to I could have dropped Tyler Algier days ago and I didn't.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, at this point, Quincy Goat, I want you to have your handcuffs for your running backs. That's what I would prefer for you, especially making the push between next week. Week 14 is another bad bye week. The Falcons had their bye this week. I want you to have your handcuffs ready for the playoffs, or prepared for these next few weeks in case one of these dudes go down. We've had, knock on wood, some good luck with most of them. Good luck, but then look, and then at the same token, Josh Jacobs did exit this game and come back. Brian Robinson got hurt in this game and came back. Right.
Yeah.
Right now I don't know what kind of practice Brian Robinson's going to have this week.
No.
Austin Eckler, I think, is hurt.
Yep. I think concussion or chest, something.
But Jordan Mason is not getting the usage at this time.
No.
He's not getting the usage. We did see him pop off a 8-yarder. I think it was the third quarter. And that was about it. CMC's getting all this volume. And got to give some kudos to the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah.
They were
good, but they played good, but then without, like I was saying, without a good left tackle, the only really good offensive lineman they have is Pooney. And they were Green Bay's defense was all over.
This was the perfect storm. It really was. I mean, you were right on top of it. You were all over it. Kudos to the commissioner, Rhino. I can't. Not only do I love the man, but I mean, we were killing him last night for this. We were killing him for it, and 20%. He wasn't alone. 20% also agreed that CMC, was at least, or should have at least been considered to be sat today. And the majority of those that weighed in, including myself, including Jonesy, again, the majority, 79% of us, were throwing eggs on Rhino last night. Are you crazy? You don't sit CMC. Now, I won't even look at the rest of the stat line. I watched most of this game, and I don't need to see the actual numerical stats. It wasn't a good game.
Mm-mm.
It wasn't a good game. He probably got between 15 and 20 touches, but still, even with that volume, it didn't amount to squat in Lambeau Field. You got to give some of the credit here to Green Bay.
Yeah.
You got to
They're
give
stacked in the
some of
box.
it. Some of it. I'm not prepared to just like say, oh yeah, the Green Bay front seven just like was gonna knock them back into like
No.
week knock them back into week 11. No, I'm not prepared for that either. But I am prepared to. I'm prepared to go with A. You're down your quarterback, you're down your left tackle, you're down your offensive line isn't playing well. Yeah, this was and B more so like maybe CFC is still rusty as well. It was the perfect storm where based on again it was really the goat who came in and asked us the question, would you start A, B, C, D, E, and F, G? It was there was four options, and we had to like, basically sit one out of six. And the Rhino, the commissioner here, sat CMC, and that was the right sit. Now it doesn't mean that every single one of those other players that started for this particular question wound up hitting because they did not. But nobody was at least not, I shouldn't say nobody, at least 79.2% of us were going to start CMC today. In any event, yeah. So Quincy, back the moral, the point to this goat is that Jordan Mason's not getting that much work right now. He's not. He's CMC's handcuff.
Yeah, Algier's getting more work than Jordan. And Algier will get work at the goal line too.
Tyler Algier is going to get some work at the goal line. Tyler Algier is the one that does have that standalone value.
Yeah.
Yep. It's not great. It's not great usage, but he's getting more usage. You could rely on him as a borderline flex play. Yep. And yeah, you're not the Bijan owner, but again, knock on wood, should anything happen to the Bijan owner, Tyler Algier winds up being your potential league winner. Wasn't too long ago. Wasn't terribly long ago. Wasn't Tyler Algier close to 1,000-yard rusher?
He ran for over 1,000 last year.
Well, I'm going back to 2022.
Yeah.
But before Bijan Robinson.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. Yeah, he did.
I should have started Noah Gray. No, you shouldn't have. You made the right call. What you should have done on the dynasty team that you don't have is have Noah Gray rostered like I do. In Dynasty, it's a different story. So, yes, I am kind of just like playing around with you right now. I'm joking with you. Cody Goat, how are you? Bijan and London are on the bye. Josh Allen's on the bye. Yep. Playing the 2 seed for the 1 seed tiebreaker. Okay, you started Caleb. Nice work. JSN looks like a freaking home run league winner. Thank you, Seattle Seahawks. No, not us. Not the deal that we made because I'm completely content.
Yeah, but I ended up trading him too. So.
Yeah, you traded him. I don't know what you got in return for that, but I got Breece Hall out of the deal. Nevertheless, I'm gonna beat him again. The dude has Kyler Murray, which I sat Kyler Murray for Justin Herbert, so we don't know how that's gonna work out yet. CMC Barkley Hill sat. Yeah, look, Cody, man. Sometimes the luck does work with us.
Yep.
Right?
I was actually surprised. How bad Arizona looked today, and how bad Murray looked today. That surprised me.
Sometimes the work does work with us. It's funny how that. It's funny how that thing goes, right? Like when you're like kind of like on a losing streak. Excuse me, when you're when things aren't going right, injury, what have you, it's like my luck is shitty. But when you're winning fantasy games, when you're winning maybe bets, when you're winning, it seems like like those type of things, the things that you really can't like put your hand on, the things that aren't really tangible, tend to work in your favor, like that, like all these dudes on bye. You started Caleb and JSN, man.
It's funny how the last 2 weeks Caleb has looked a lot better the last 2 weeks since they switched OCs to put Thomas Brown in. And first thing Thomas Brown said was, "I'm going to simplify it for him." And it seems to be working. Seems to be because he looked good. They look good. More look good.
DJ Moore, another one of our calls, folks. If you, the goats that have been with us since day one, the goats that were here this past Friday, like a Trone Force, right? Like Quincy Goat, like Sniper Goat. This Friday, our artwork was DJ Moore based on last week. And now are we going to roll with him again? Yes, we were going to roll with him again. And the position that we had, the position to take was, yes, we liked how he was getting the short passes, the intermediate passes, the designed receptions to get him going. Now the real test was going to be this week. Now, can we get it going again? And not just in the short range, short area of the field, the short completions for Caleb. It's very much for Caleb as it is for DJ Moore. Let's not make the mistake about it.
Yeah.
Now, can that take place where it really counts? The pay dirt.
Yeah.
And yes, and we saw it. So
we did.
2 consecutive good weeks for DJ Moore and Caleb Williams. Again, these things have a funny way of working themselves out. Caleb starts off pretty well, then he kind of takes a rookie nosedive, or the rookie wall. We could call it that. And you make an adjustment here, you make an adjustment there. The season needs to play out. Well, what do you know? He's starting to look good again. At the very same time, dude, the same kind of sort of thing is happening with Jaden Daniels. Only Jaden Daniels was playing still at a little bit of at a higher level, at a little bit of a higher level. Nevertheless, these are the ebbs and flows. Ebbs and flows, goats. We are flowing right now. We are concluding the Week 12 main slate this evening. We still got the primetime game tonight at SoFi.
Yep.
Rhino, SoFi, Rams against the Eagles. Tomorrow night we've got, again, back at SoFi for the Chargers, the Harbaugh Bowl Chargers, and the Ravens. The Ravens. Guys, we really appreciate all of you that have been with us, that will be with us next week. If you're new to this channel, please give us a like, subscribe to us, just because it's going to be the conclusion of Week 12 and we're moving into a special holiday Week 13 for everybody. The action doesn't stop. The action will not stop. We will create the Sniper Dynasty League sometime. I say sometime after the Super Bowl. Did I tell you that my first dynasty, which was only a few years ago, because I haven't been that interconnected to, X and Sleeper that long. I didn't know. I knew X or Twitter existed, but it wasn't until late 2022 that I got onto X, and then through X is where I found Sleeper. I was drafting Super Bowl 2023, February 2023. I was drafting during the Eagles Chiefs Super Bowl. We were in the middle of our draft. Yeah, Eckler. I think Eckler's hurt. I think you're 100% correct.
Yeah.
Trone Goat.
I think we missed one.
Z Money. Well, we'll get to, if it's Z Money, okay. Let's now. Yeah, I don't feel like that was going to happen. I should have started Jason over Tyreek. Man, no, I'm not going to say that. What I'm going to say is why weren't we going to get both of them in, Tron? That's what I was going. That's what I want to get at. Like Tyreek, I mean, come on. It's one of those. How are we going to sit our studs? Well, I mean, so Commissioner Rhino gave us a blueprint, kind of, on like why you should, but again, every situation has to be taken differently. So, like, who was sitting Tyreek Hill this Sunday? Who was going to do that?
And who was your other quarterback that you played instead of Tua as well?
Oh my God, 2 out of game. Holy smokes. What is she doing?
Jason. I mean, Tyreek still had a pretty decent game. It was just Billy and Waddle day, which we knew going in, especially because Christian Gonzalez would be on Tyreek Hill.
I'm sorry. I had 2 on my bench too. Jaden Daniels. Yeah, all right, Sean. I mean, that's what we were just saying. That little bit of that luck. Sometimes it goes our way when the goats win.
Yeah.
And the goats aren't always going to win.
And Jaden
Look, the goats aren't always going to win. I
No,
mean,
and-
if you are 14-0 going into your playoffs, and I'm not even sure. Well, my first question would be, well, who the hell are you playing with? B, I mean, then what fun is it? So again, ebbs and flows, folks. Ebbs and flows.
Yep.
I wouldn't have pegged Tua for 4 touchdowns in a game like today. We did peg the Patriots to get lit up, but not that badly. We saw the Rams do it last week. We thought that Jalen Waddle had a very good opportunity here, but we thought also Tyreek. I think look, Devon A-Chain was the recipient of 2, wasn't he?
2. Yeah, a 9 and 11-yard touchdown passes. Yep.
Yeah. Tron Goat, man. Scary test. Look at Scary Terry. Yeah, I played McLaurin and Cup and Tyreek.
I would have done the same thing.
Well, so Scary Terry. Yeah, it's easy for me to now look back and say, if this would have been the question, I'm sure it was the question, Tron. I'm sure I wouldn't have said Scary Terry.
We said last night, play
With Tron?
I can't remember who it was because of the matchup, because Trayvon Diggs was out. So that was, we knew it was going to be a good matchup, but.
So, look, Scary. Yeah. All right, look, Tron, look at these all-stars, man. Let's hope that Cup comes through.
Yeah.
Let's hope that Cup comes through. Eagles are playing some good football, but again, the Eagles. This was a tough trip. West Coast. Their biologic, their game clocks work the same manner as the ones where the teams from the West Coast have to travel east. It works the same way.
Yeah.
Kind of, sort of. You gain hours going west, but still. Let's say I think Cooper Kupp is in for a decent game. A decent to above decent.
Yeah, I think him and Puka both are.
I don't know if I'm ready for Dynasty. Remember, I played one manager. You're ready for Dynasty. That's the end of that.
I'm gonna go back to a question that we missed.
You're ready for you're ready for Dynasty.
Orion 2121. Thank you. Like and subscribe. Am I alone thinking Shane Steichen and Antonio Pierce should be fired? Okay.
Alone.
Antonio Pierce, I don't think so, and I'll tell you why, because he's stuck with no running game and no quarterback and no number 1 receiver. So I would keep Pierce. I don't understand Shane Steichen. I don't understand his play calling. So I can see him probably getting fired. Because why are you throwing? At one point, they threw the ball 3 times and 3 interceptions for running the ball. You have one of the best running backs in football in Taylor, and you're not utilizing him. If they utilize Taylor more in the right way, that opens the game up for Anthony Richardson.
Unless they're on top of that, unless it's just fully being telegraphed, hello, here's Jonathan Taylor with the ball in his hand. Let's stack the box, or let's keep guys on the perimeter because there goes Anthony Richardson, kind of trying to scramble to the outside.
I think he had 74 yards rushing today.
Yeah, and okay, now here's why Shane Steichen not. Oh, really, Antonio Pierce as well, because like they're both in their second season, and they're both going to have time. At least Shane Steichen, in my opinion, is going to have time to continue to work with the dude that's under center. And he is obviously 100% adamant that it's Anthony Richardson. Now, yes, he had a good game last week. Yes, we've seen flashes of it last season. We've also seen it pretty bad as well. I don't think it's a matter of not having weapons around around Anthony Richardson, because yes, he does have a really good. He's got weapons.
He had a couple of plays called back for penalties too that were.
So I think it's a. I think he has to work on, I guess, mechanics. He's got to work on his probably his footwork. He's got to work on his processing, how he's reading plays, so on and so forth, and hope. It's Shane Steichen's hope that this thing gets turned around.
Remember when Josh Allen first started? He had the same issues as Anthony Richardson.
Yes.
So the Colts should be reaching out and find out who his quarterback coach was in the offseason that made him clean everything up and to work with Richardson.
Yeah, okay. I mean, like, exhaust every avenue. Sure, why the hell not? Absolutely. So no, Shane Steichen's going to have his job. At least into next season, and that would be his third season. Last year he gets a pass due to the injury. Now this season this season right now they're hovering around 500. This division in my mind is still up for grabs. He's gonna coach next season with Anthony Richardson.
Yeah,
because we've seen the brilliance out of it. We've also seen, we've seen it at its worst. So hopefully that he could clean that up with him. He has a head coaching job because of the work he did with Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
Now there's a contingent that will tell you that Jalen Hurts isn't really that great of a pocket passer, thrower of the ball either.
No,
we'll say that for another. We'll say that. Antonio Pierce. Now, again, I would defer more to you and the Raiders. I thought they were going to be a lot better.
I thought so too, but also in the very beginning of the season when they hired Luke Getsy to be the OC, I questioned that. That was my big worry in the offseason. If he was going to be able to do anything, and he held them back. Now, the team's looked a little bit better the last 2 weeks with Scott Turner. So they need to find a freaking OC. They need a franchise quarterback, and they need a running game.
You just said it there. You need a quarterback. Yeah, I'm not sure why. Well, what made them think that they were able to just pass on the quarterback at the draft and not attempt to at least get one of these potential franchise quarterbacks, and why they thought it was going to be acceptable to go into this season with Gardner Minshew just because of Gardner Minshew's success in Indianapolis. I mean, that's why they went in with it being like, okay, and Aiden O'Connell, okay, yeah, Antonio Pierce again. A lot of the Raiders like him.
The team is still playing hard. They're not. They're not phoning it in. Not like other teams out there.
They like him. He's a good leader. He'll get another opportunity after this season as well.
Yeah.
But
they did try to move up in the draft, but they're at they're asking too much. And the year before, the general manager wanted to move up for Stroud. They had a deal in place, and freaking McDouchebag turned it down because he wanted Jimmy G. So.
No, that was last year. That wasn't.
That's 2 years. Last year they didn't want to give up what the other team wanted. They got a good draft with Bowers, so you know.
What about the Paul?
Uh,
What about the Paul goat here? How could we ease the regret? I regret trading Bucky. So it was trading Bucky on Tampa Bay for Rashad White on Tampa Bay.
In a larger deal yesterday.
Ooh, yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, Paul, man. Bucky Irving star is on the rise.
Yes,
but I mean, I don't want to kind of like trample on your fantasy, flawed transaction.
What was the rest of the trade?
Yeah, I mean that's a tough one. That's a tough pill to swallow.
White got into the end zone today.
Rashad White's going to be a good low end RB2.
Yeah.
But yeah, now you've got yourself a high end RB2 in Bucky Irving also.
Very, very high end. So
Rashad White right now he's definitely still playable and startable. Paul.
And then Sean Tucker freaking took a touchdown run away from Bucky and Rashid White. So I mean, it's not bad.
Sniper thinks that she's in the same league with Paul. I'm down by 6 with Hurts and no, down by 6. Oh, but the opponent has Lamar, the Ravens, and Dicker, the kicker.
I think this have a chance.
This is a good one. Yeah, this is definitely a good one. This is a good one, Paul. These are the ones that I live for. You're down by 6 with.
Bengals defense is legit. They're a good defense, and if they can hold, if they take the blueprint off what the Steelers did and how they stopped Lamar, then that's good.
Chargers. One could make the case that the Chargers are statistically better than the Steelers.
Yeah.
Well, not make the case, but again, statistically speaking, you can't argue. You may not be able to argue that. I believe the Chargers are the better defense.
Yeah. Ravens defense, they give up a lot of points.
But okay.
And Herbert does not turn the ball over that much. He's a very safe quarterback too. So
at the same token, and while yes, there's a strong case to be made for why the Chargers should put the clamps down on Lamar, turn that team one-dimensional, or 1.5 dimensional because Lamar could still use his legs. At the same time, this could very well be one of these 34 to 34s again. You know what I'm saying? It could be. And if Lamar's putting up points like that, and the Rams put the clamps down on Jalen Hurts and the Eagles, the Eagles are kind of down weapons tonight, or a weapon tonight, so they may have to rely on heavy ground game with Saquon, which they've been doing, heavy tush push, which they've been doing. That's where Jalen will get you points, of course.
Yep.
Yeah, look, last week, I believe it was last week, Jalen Hurts' floor without a passing touchdown was 20 points. That's without passing the ball into the end zone.
That's crazy.
You have a good. It's a better than good chance, Paul. You're going to need the Chargers defense to come through for you.
Yeah.
Everything else, the defense, the kicker. I guess that's. Yeah, you have Derrick Henry. You're in good shape. You're in good shape, Goat. Tron's got Cup and Barkley. That's right. Tron, what a great Sunday Night Football for you. When the Tron Goats got players going, there are a lot of, obviously, Henry. That's tomorrow night. Henry, these are all-star. These are fantasy. These are the marquee players that they put on for us on prime time. It's Thursday nights. Thursday nights is where they screw with us.
For the most part, yeah.
Where we get Najee Harris. No, I'm not trying to poke any fun at anyone's last name here. Where we get Jalen Warren. Give me another Thursday night game recently. We don't get the stars
No.
on Thursday night. We get the stars Sunday night for Chris Collinsworth gives us the stars.
God, yeah. And a stomach ache.
Z Money. Oh, Quincy go. Quincy go bench the Disley Bear.
Yeah. McBride got his stay. McBride is almost a tight end that you just leave in. Because Murray has a lot of trust in him.
It's reliable target volume. This is where volume works in your favor for the most part.
Yep. Very much so.
When Kyler Murray is going to throw for, let's say Kyler Murray throws for 32 times. You could expect Trey McBride to take about a third of that.
Yeah, at least about 8 of them. 8 targets, yeah.
That's it, right? I mean, look, I was never really good at math, folks. I'm not your mathematician here.
And don't ask me to do math.
But that's just base. That's basic. That's basic. Like, duh. That's basic math. Did I miss it? Did y'all answer my question? I hope we didn't miss it. Z Money. Let me take a look for Z Money. I probably missed it. My apologies, Goat. It's 102 with Hurts, Puka. Phillies defense versus 88 points with Barkley, Jake Elliott. It's a must-win game. So you're up by let's just round. You're up by 12. You're up by 14 points. You've got the quarterback. You've got your wide receiver 1. You've got your defense playing. So most of the time your defense goes in. That's going to be 10 points right there. So now you're up you're up 24 points. You're up 24 points. You're playing against Barkley. You're playing against RB2, Dobbins, and the kicker.
Last year when Puka was Puka will be covered by Darius Slay. That's from everything I've read, and he had a pretty good game. So Puka's good for at least 5 catches for 25 yards. I'd say.
So depending on your app, I would say all of them. I would say whether it's ESPN, Yahoo, all of them. I'm sure have like your matchup and your probability, right?
Yeah.
Probability, whether you're probably going to win by 55% or you're probably going to lose by 45%. Right now, based on what you're telling me, Z Money 15 GOAT. This is a close one. This is another close one. I'm going to say that you have a 50. I'm going to say a 55 to 60% probability of winning this game.
I think the key to this game will be the Rams' rush defense, not letting Barkley run freaking wild. If they can hold Barkley to 100 yards and no touchdown.
The simple fact though that he has his quarterback. He has Jalen Hurts playing,
and he has Puka.
And then you have one of your skill position weapons. That's right. I mean, and you're already going into this game with a lead.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that you have a probability of about 55, 60%, which is solid, which is good.
Yeah.
Which is real good. Wish you the best of luck, man.
Yeah.
Why don't you come back on Tuesday for the Week 13 Waiver Wire show, and anybody, by all means, if we ever miss a question,
let us know.
Do it again. Yeah, did you put it in caps? Appreciate that. Oh, Of course you had. Of course you had Disley in the flex. Paul. The rest of the deal was CD and Pacheco for Puka and Pollard, but Pollard's working out.
Oh, geez. So he got Puka and Pollard and White. That's
Tony Pollard's working out for you pretty nicely. I would say.
Yep.
I would say that he's
106
been.
yards and a touchdown today.
Say he's been one of these pleasant surprises of the
Yep.
2024 campaign. Tony Pollard, when we were all drafting Tony Pollard and then a round later Tajay Spears, or maybe even in the same round, both of them,
Yeah.
and nobody knew whether they were who was going to have more snaps and blah 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 this and Tajay Spears that, and they're all both interchangeable. My you know what.
Yep.
Tony Pollard has been the feature running back for this team.
He's done well.
A bad team.
Well.
A bad team, but for fantasy purposes, he's done real well. Absolutely. Monty got banged up. Yeah, he did, Sean.
Yes, he did.
They were going to be a little bit more cautious than usual.
Yeah, because they play Chicago.
Not what they play in Chicago on Thanksgiving.
I believe they play Chicago on Thanksgiving. Yeah.
Okay, because I was going to say, well, not even just for this upcoming Thursday, quick turnaround, but they're looking at like the conference finals.
Yeah.
They're looking at the NFC Championship game. This team, I would be.
Yeah, same here.
This team, it's not, again, not rocket science. Although, of course, the slogan "Any Given Sunday" is a slogan and it applies for a reason. But they look at the schedule. Week 1, we played them. Week 2, we played them. Week 5, we played them. And week 7, we played them. All these teams that we dog walked got dog walked by this team that we dog walked, and so on and so forth. Now, again, Any Given Sunday, right, Solo Goat? Why is Kyler's score so random?
Maybe today because it was a divisional game. They're playing in Seattle. And Seattle's defense played good. I was really surprised. I was surprised that Kyler didn't have a good game at all. But you're right. It is random.
They just missed Marv. So like they thought that they had a touchdown with Marvin Harrison Jr. and that got called. Well, that call stood.
Yeah.
That it was not a touchdown. He was out of bounds. Yeah, I mean, it's inconsistent. It's inconsistency with Kyler Murray. It always has been. When he's on, he's good. He's really, really good. He's accurate. He sees the open players. When he doesn't see the open player, he could take off and run with the ball.
And they contained him pretty good today.
When he's off, he's off. That's why he's always going to be like, borderline start quarterback, or he's. We always favor him over another just because of the rushing upside, but then he gives us duds in the passing game. They drafted this, one of my favorite words, Rhino, generational talents. His father was a generational talent.
Yeah.
That man was a generational talent. His son, all right, we'll see. But, I mean, it hasn't really helped their passing game. Look. Anyway, smoke check. What is Solo go to? What are he smoking? He's smoking a blunt on the show? Is that what he's doing? What is Solo go doing? Hey. Mwah. Solo goat.
Good for you.
Big mistake starting K-Dot over TJ Hoggins. Big mistake. I don't know if it's a big mistake, Trophy.
No.
I don't know if it's a big mistake. No, it's the volatility of the tight end position. So yeah, we saw that T.J. Hawkinson had himself his 2024 breakout game.
And who would have thought that freaking Addison would have had what 6 catches for 144 yards?
Well, we were starting Jordan Addison
Yeah.
with Mad Max Corleone. We were
But
starting
those
him
numbers
there.
were surprising. Those numbers were surprising still.
Or it's the Justin Jefferson numbers are surprising to a degree as well. So like
Yeah.
if he's going to be held to nothing practically, the passing volume has to come somewhere else, and it came from T.J. Hawkinson today. I mean, like, big mistake. I hope it wasn't a seasonal costly mistake trophy.
Yeah.
But we'll see you on Tuesday. We'll get it right. We'll get it right. Kate Otten, I would start again.
Yeah.
I would go back to Kate Otten this week. I'm not even looking at who they're gonna play, and I would still go back to Kate Otten.
Yeah, same here. Just the mere fact there's less mouths to feed with that.
We got to Z money here, right?
Yeah, he has another question though. Eagles D or Ravens D?
Tonight or the rest of the season?
D and play Ravens. Yeah.
Play the Eagles.
Yeah, play Eagles.
The Eagles. I'm happy that the Packers gave me the revenge game. Oh yeah, they from last season. My birthday.
Happy birthday.
For the 49ers for my birthday. They did a good job, even though it was a bit sloppy. What's today's date? 24th.
Yeah.
Well, happy 29th birthday, Sniper. Okay. Nothing but absolute love and appreciation for you. Okay, now that we're getting all teary-eyed and whatnot. Oh, or oh, 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 oh.
Yeah, please smash that like and hit the subscribe.
I don't really think it's a birthday either. She's just making it up. I would have known this by now. I got Lamar and Henry Monday Night Football in the Warrior Bowl. I got 10 minutes. What do I do? 10 minutes. I wouldn't play the Eagle. I mean, I wouldn't play the Ravens just because, again, it's only 7 defenders versus 11 offensive players. That's why I wouldn't play the Ravens. I think the Ravens could get lit up by the Chargers and Justin Herbert.
I think Stafford has a better chance to interception than Herbert does.
Now, I'm not suggesting that the Eagles are like, okay, a slam dunk here either.
No.
But I think that they're the better play out of these two. I don't know why you still have the Ravens, by the way. Why the Ravens defense, one of the worst. At least their secondary is the worst in the league. Worst in the league.
The Eagles.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that.
Rams are still out there, right tackle, so.
No ifs, ands, or buts about that. This is the rushing defense, number 2. Okay, like I said, 7 of them are very good, but then the other 4 are non-existent.
Yeah.
They're number 2 that allow 77 yards per game, and they've given up 7 touchdowns. That's on the ground. They're number 32 in the league, allowing 284 yards per game and 22 touchdowns scored. The Eagles are nowhere near that. The Eagles versus the pass are the Eagles are number 2 against the pass. Number 2, 173 yards, 9 touchdowns. And against the run, so against Kyron Williams tonight, because we know Matthew Stafford doesn't run. So against Kyron Williams, the Eagles are number 7, allowing 99 yards on the ground and 7 touchdowns. Z Money, that's it. Plug them in, put them in.
All right.
Cam Daddy. Being born and raised in Philly. Let's fucking go, Barkley. I'm sure my neighbors love it when carry on. Why would your neighbors love it? Because you're blasting the TV? Are you dancing to Carrie Underwood and like Sunday night, like blasting the music and dancing? Is that why your neighbors are probably mad at you? Other than that, my God, what I would pay to get like a shot of that sniper, just jumping up and down, dancing to Carrie Underwood on Sunday Night Football. Cam Daddy, boys, yeah. Cam Daddy, man, that's one of these like real bad disappointments.
I think you're good with guard 4-12. Rams defense is very. They don't know how to cover tight end very good, especially if he finds the middle of the field. That's one of their biggest weaknesses.
He's playing Cooper. I guess that's Kyron.
So I give up hope.
Jalen Hurts and Barkley. Oh my God, you're playing everybody tonight. Oh,
yeah, that's rough.
Cam Daddy, you've got Goddard. I have Goddard to only score 12. Should I give up hope? I wouldn't give up hope, but it's not very good. You're up by 40. You're up by 40 now. You're up by 40 now. Take these these 4 players, right? These 4 players all have to like average under 10.
That's not going to happen,
right?
Yeah.
I mean, these 4 players have to average 10 points. That's tough. It's tough, Cam Daddy. We've seen crazier things happen, but it's tough. It's tough. I wish you nothing but the best. Nothing but the best. Also, do you all feel about JJ rest of the season? He's still, look, he's still going to be in like that top 8, top 12 wide receiver.
Yeah.
He's still a dude that you have to start.
Yep, exactly. Just like Tyreek Hill is and just like Jamar Chase is.
He's shown us in the past that like, okay, fine. Like I may not score for you every week, but I could definitely catch 8 to 10 to 12 balls for you at any given time. I could go well over 100 yards for you any given time. And that's how he makes it up to you.
Yeah.
And the cherry on top is when he does actually score. But if you look at his career, I don't think he's ever had a double-digit touchdown season.
No, I don't think so either.
But again, nevertheless, he's always made up for it based on catches, based on yardage. So yeah, how do I feel about him? Can you move him still? Can you move him at this time? Happy birthday, my dear.
Should we sing happy birthday to her?
You don't want me to sing. Yes, I knew Sniper was 29. I knew this. All right, Rhino, it's our kickoff.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Folks, we really, really appreciate you guys being here this evening.
Good luck. Good luck, everybody.
Good luck for the remainder of week 12. Yeah, we will be back this Tuesday, 8 o'clock for week 13. It's the Waiver Wire show. We will be on Wednesday. That's due to the fact of, there's a 3-game slate on Thanksgiving. Thursday, we'll be back from there on Friday. Yeah. I'm getting a little crossed up in my head, but nevertheless, we really appreciate you. Rhino, you could take over if you want. I could get Cam Daddy, Trophy.
All right, man. I'll holler.
We'll see
Y'all
you
have a
later.
nice evening.
Daddy, who do y'all like better tomorrow, Dobbins or Quinton? Well, I mean, who do I like better? I like both. I like both of them. I guess I would take Quentin Johnson here, though. I would. I could see Harbaugh. I could see Harbaugh mixing in Gus Edwards. I could see Harbaugh. Well, Justin Herbert's been running the ball. I don't really see J.K. Dobbins like getting that type of passing utility that he did last week. That was kind of like, that was like, oh, I don't really see that happening again. But just don't expect too much. Like, let's not go over the moon with expectation for Quentin Johnston either. I like Johnson. I like Lad McConkey. I like the Disley Bear. Yeah. I mean, look, we like them all, right, Daddy? We like them all. The Chargers are playing good football. Quentin Johnson, you remember this dude? This dude was almost left for dead by the fantasy community because of last season. I'm proud. I'm proud to say that I did not give up hope. I actually did draft him in a couple of leagues. Wasn't I just saying that Stafford doesn't run? See, what do I know? What do I know? Like Matthew Stafford, what did he just run for, like 15 yards? 10 attempts for -7 yards. He just made it all up. Sniper thinks you could win. So do I. Yeah, I do, Trophy. You can win. especially if Cup puts it in early right now. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. All right, Goats. I'm going to take off now. Thank you very much for being here. We will see you again this Tuesday. Waivers. Sniper, happy birthday again.